Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's an exciting time, particularly if you're a fan of 88 films, as they have just unleashed a bunch of announcements ranging from April, the ones I talked about recently, up to May, which includes some pretty fantastic announcements and ones that I'm eager to talk about. So, as usual, let's dive into these announcements. There's a few here that I know nothing about, which is quite good because I know that you very knowledgeable people out there will be able to educate me in some of these titles. So let's just dive in, have a look at some of these things. So first up, we have Hero from 1997, Kuri Yoon movie from director and writer Kuri Yoon. Comes a high-octane tale of criminal gangs, betrayal, and greed. Stars Yoon Biao and Yoon Hwa. It's been a while since I saw Hero. It's one that I'm looking forward to return to, part of the Asia collection. This is going to be, I believe, a UK and US announcement. And was a really strong opener to some of these amazing announcements that's coming. This one is a definite for me, one that I want to revisit and I have good, strong memory of. One I know nothing of, but just look at that cover art. It's just so wild and wonderful. Again, part of the Shaw Brothers Asia range, 88 films. So, Human Lanterns, 1982, also known as Human Skin Lanterns, and it's uncut. When an unbalanced craftsman decides to get revenge on two kung fu masters by creating special lanterns constructed from the human skin of their dead relatives, all hell breaks loose in this gruesome tale of bloody retribution. Taking inspiration from movies like Psycho and real-life cases like Ed Gein, Human Lanterns is clearly not for the faint-hearted, and its over-the-top gore and sadistic qualities. Blah, blah, blah. This looks great. It's sold on it already. It looks very different, even just looking at the trailer. It's not something I've seen before, but it feels a little bit darker. I like the idea of a serial killer mixed in with the kung fu. It feels very dark and moody and a little bit gory as well. All in, it just sounds super fun. So yeah, I am in for that. Now, here we go. From 1970, Violent City. A Police movie starring Charles Bronson and Telly Savalas. Wow. Count me in. Just, before I know anything about the movie, I am sold 100%. This is entirely my kind of thing. After being framed for a murder following a bloody shootout, assassin Jeff Hetson is finally released from prison, where he immediately sets about seeking the pair who betrayed him. However, when he refuses to accept an offer to join a gang which set him up in the first place, Heston finds himself murderously pursued through the streets of New Orleans. I haven't checked out the trailer. I don't need to say anything else about this. It's an 18 movie. It's Bronson. It's Savalas. It's a Police movie. I can't wait to get that. That's a stunning announcement. That one is out in May, I believe. So, yeah, count me in. Then we've got Russell Crowe and Romper Stomper, one that kind of sticks out a little bit from the announcements because it's a critically renowned movie. It's a movie with quite a reputation. It's got a bold cover art that we see there. And it was a movie that I saw a couple of times way back. And was one that kind of stuck with me. It comes in a deluxe collector's edition. It's probably going to be an expensive edition. There's no list of extras of that just now. It's one that I can't see me picking up because it's not a movie that I can say that I ultimately enjoyed or really want in the collection, but it was a good movie. Hando, a psychotic leader of a gang of marauding neo-Nazi teenagers, begins a relationship with the epileptic Gabrielle. But though they make a good team, the courtship soon turns abusive. Though Gabrielle has designs to take Hondo away from his life of crime and destruction, his indoctrination into racist world viewpoint seems all-consuming. Like I said, Romper Stomper is a good movie. It is hard-hitting, and again, it's not one that I want to rush back and check out. So, again, I'll probably give this a miss. Another May announcement, Stone from 1980. I thought this one came earlier than that. Maybe not. I'm sure this was late 70s. So this is basically an independent feature. Group of bikers witness an assassination and then find themselves the target of the assassin as he tries to take out the witnesses. A cop goes undercover, Stone, to investigate and becomes kind of part of this gang of motorcyclists, the Gravediggers. Stone has been a long while since I saw that one. Again, it's not one that I'm rushing to check out anytime soon. Next up, we have Half a Loaf of Kung Fu, a Jackie Chan movie with the Shaw brothers, I believe. Yeah, accident-prone Jiang dreams of learning Kung Fu from a master, but when he takes employment as a bodyguard at a shady mansion, he stumbles upon an evil which finds himself in the middle of an uncertain future. This one looks like a kind of campy, funny, over-the-top, and remarkably silly Jackie Chan movie, but again, 88 Films has built up that reputation of releasing these wonderful editions of Chan movies. And yeah, excited for this one. May is looking hell of a packed. Now on to a title that I know nothing about. Coming out in June, again, part of the Asia range. This is Martial Club. A gloriously typical entry from Shaw. Gloriously typical. Might not inspire confidence straight away. It's a fast-paced, cleverly choreographed piece of martial arts fun, combining many elements that lovers of this kind of cinema will be more than appreciative of. Rival fight schools, an old master, and beautifully designed set pieces tumble together in a colourfully kinesthetic, unceasing parade of flying fists and action set pieces. Doesn't really tell you much about the movie. To be honest, it doesn't really inspire confidence that it's going to be a great movie at any points, you know, gloriously typical. Where was the other part I was looking at there? Lovers of this kind of cinema, it's almost derogatory the way it's written. You know, no rush for that one. Next up, we've got Zone Troopers starring Tim Thomerson. From Trancers fame. This science fiction Nazi exploitation, when the World War II American military patrol gets lost behind enemy lines in Italy, stumbles upon a crashed alien spacecraft. They quickly come to realise that they must join force with surviving ET if they're to defeat a Nazi crack team who are hell-bent on using alien technology to win the war. I watched this a couple of years ago and I did not enjoy it. I just couldn't get into the look, the feel, the story. It just wasn't for me. Again, it's one that I can quite easily just go, you know what, I'm going to leave that behind just now. Onto a movie that does feel rather telling at the moment. I'm hoping this is going to change. Not the movie itself, because Mardi, Massacre sounds pretty terrific. There's not very little known about it. It's a video nasty, I'm sure. Police try to capture someone who is committing ritual murders of women during Mardi Gras in New Orleans. This seems like the kind of thing that would be perfect for the Slasher Classics collection, and the fact that it's not going to be that makes me feel that that series of movies is just done now. We've seen the last of it, which would be, well, it would be sad times if that's true. This movie looks really kind of fun and is something I'm really curious about checking out. I wish it was in the Slasher Classics. I hope it becomes part of that run. Next up, we have The Killing Meteors. Again, this is another one that I know absolutely nothing about. Known as Killer Meteors, local hero May June Jimmy Wang Yu is invincible due to his secret weapon. However, when his services are sought by another powerful figure, Hu Wabin, Jackie Chan, he finds himself drawn into the deadliest challenge of his life. Jimmy Wang Yu and Jackie Chan, that is pretty exciting to have those two people in the one movie. From going of knowing nothing and not being overly interested to all of a sudden, yeah, this one has my attention. Let's move on to, from 1986, it is The Seventh Curse. This one just sounds mental, and because of that, it's something that I want to see, because it's crazy. Great cast here. We've got Chow Yun-fat, which is always great. When Dr. Yun attempts to rescue a girl about to be sacrificed by the worm tribe in the middle of a Thailand jungle, he is damned with the 7 blood curses. Although he finds a temporary antidote, this will only last a year, and he must return to the jungle to find a permanent cure. This seems to be a weird curse where every now and again his leg will just burst open with blood vessels, and when the 7th one happens, he's going to die, so he needs to get the cure before then. It looks ridiculous. It looks gory and colourful and over the top. And just, well, do you know what? A hell of a lot of fun. I love the artwork here that gives you a great idea into the sort of movie and certain scenes from it. You know, Chow Yun-fat, Maggie Cheung, I'm in. I'm in all day on that one. Sounds just terrific. And then probably the biggest announcement and the biggest just kind of whoa is the 88 films are going into the 4K game, and they're going into it with Drive, which is one of my favorites. I love Drive. Came out in 1987. This is coming out in June. 4K disc. We've got Mark Dacascos as the lead. We've got Kadeem Haddison and Brittany Murphy as a crazy teenager wielding an Uzi at certain points and just being over the top crazy. I don't know what the extras are going to be here, but I love Drive, and it's basically about a guy who, how do you even describe this one? Special Agent Toby Wong is fitted with an advanced bio device giving him superhuman powers. He fears that he and the new technology will be exploited for ill gain when the Chinese government takes back control of Hong Kong. Fleeing to San Francisco, he plans to sell the device to a company in LA, and he teams up with Down in His Luck singer Malik. He finds himself being pursued by a ruthless assassin, Madison, and his band of mercenaries. The fight scenes are terrific, lots of wire work, lots of exciting, propulsive action set pieces, and this is a major announcement. You know, they're going into the 4K market. It's not a reissue of a title they've already done. It's something that people have been asking for a while, and they've given the movie to us in a 4K format. I can't wait to get hold of 88 Films' first 4K and to see where they go next after this. Fantastic choice for a release, if you ask me, and one that I am eager to have in my collection. Just wonderful. I'm sure you'll agree there was a whole bunch of movies there, some that I know, some that I'm interested in, some that I'm not, some that I am super interested. Out of all of those titles, Drive just jumps out as something that I need to get as soon as I possibly can. It looks wonderful. I can't wait to see the extras on that. I want to know what titles you're excited from all these May and June announcements. I love the fact that 88 Films have just dropped all this knowledge. Not particularly great fanfare, but wow. Their first foray into 4K UHD, and I can't wait to see where it goes. So let me know your favourite picks from this announcements. Let me know what you'd like to see them release in 4K. I want to know what other wonderful titles they could do. To see your point of view on that. As always, there's more content here. You can check out more of my stuff. If you're interested in seeing more of my videos, hit the like button. It only takes a second. And if you really want to support me, you can join Patreon. or the membership program for as little as 99p a month, which would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.